Unfortunately, we know all too well that, opioids can impact every corner of this country. Last year, a record number of Americans died from drug overdoses. 93,000 people, 254 people a day. That's more than 10 every hour. When you look at these numbers, it's hard to even wrap your head around those numbers, Michael.
Yes, it is, and obviously it has been worsened by what has occurred over the last 2 years with COVID, and it now poses a major challenge for all of us, every hospital, every healthcare system, as well as all of the not-for-profit organizations like Jeff's organization, as well as obviously the responsibility of government here, because we've got to actually increase access. We got to improve the facilities, make sure that we have more services for those people out in the community. And in many ways, I know that the show is the new normal, and unfortunately, this is what we have to address now as we go into whatever we may mean by a new normal. We also have excessive numbers of people right now very, very sick in the hospitals, people who have delayed services over the last 2 years are now coming in to all of our facilities across the region. So everybody is very, very busy. So we're in a new world. And now we have to figure out how to address the responsibilities that we have to deal with those issues going forward.
And you were talking about those pressures there, Michael. And Jeff, I know earlier we were discussing how getting enough people on hand to deal with these large numbers also becomes monumental, Jeff.
Yeah, that's really been a challenge, like everybody else. Our workforce is struggling to keep up. The other thing that happened, we really saw a turning point when it came to COVID, because this region has battled the opioid crisis, and News 12 has done a great job of covering the crisis for more than a decade. We were making a lot of progress, and we were actually turning a corner and seeing a pretty significant decline in overdose fatalities. Don't get me wrong, even one overdose per year is way too many. But the reality is we were making progress, and then we gave that back. And we gave it back because treatment access was hampered during COVID, because prevention programs in schools all stopped, because folks who had found a path to recovery no longer had the same support system and became a little bit hopeless in the scheme of everything. And the levels of anxiety and depression in our community just skyrocketed. And when folks have anxiety and depression, they'll look for ways to make that go away. And for some people, that's going out for a run. For some people, it's drinking alcohol, which we saw increase in a really significant way. And for some people, it was going back to some of those old patterns that they had used before.